now. Capture the flag on Truth. 3 captures to win. The camouflage going to be such a big factor in this. We saw how good the Beavers were with it last time. Let's see if Team Infused can win their first cup here in EU Open Cup number 2. Gentlemen, who do you want to start this one off with?
I want to start this one off with Respectful. I said it's him who needs to step up in the calling aspect for Team Infused if they want to win this one, and straight away he's trying to counter with his teammate right here, the 2-man start that we've seen in the past on Carbine Tower from Ramirez and co. But look at this, it's going to be the Beavers to grab the camouflage, and Ramirez had an early flag. This means Ramirez can run this flag right here to pink and be completely sheltered by his 2 teammates, one of which just got camo, and Respectful is just going to be beat down by the flag. That's incredible.
Looks like he's passed this flag off to his teammate as well. Not quite sure why they're not actually running this one. But the flag has actually been counterpulled on the other side of the map. So both flags are going to be away. It's going to be interesting to see. I'm so confused here by the play coming out of Arik Beaver. They had more than enough opportunity to get that flag across at least the 50-yard line. And look at that. Team Infused have taken advantage of that massive mistake. And they find themselves 1-0 up.
Horrendous. That's calamitous. Where's the communication there from the Beavers? I mean, Ramirez obviously throws that flag off for a teammate expecting him to run it, and in the end no one runs that flag. The flag is easy for Respectful, who got a very fortunate spawn in basement to start returning the flag, and then Mose puts the flag in. So 1-0 early on, but I love this flag run straight away, straight down the gut, exactly where his teammate's blocking, but Kimbo looks like he's on top middle already, trying to stop that flag run. But yeah, that was a very strange one there from the Beavers.
I think the main thing with Rami is the fact that he actually made a correct play. It was just the fact the reason why he threw it at him and ran back is to make sure he could spawn kill him with Carbine.
Rami!
And as he was doing it, got a really nice double. But earlier, it's like I said before, he should have pushed back to Carbine, but he just had too much faith in his teammates. But anyways, doesn't matter, it's 1-1 now.
Tied up at 1-1 as we see the big double kill coming in from Rami, taking down those 2 players, managing to get that return as well. And look at this, Snaky. Arkel is pushing in aggressively. His teammate is there to cover him. That's Ramirez. Ramirez picking up once again a double kill. One of those with the flag in them. It looks like another Carbine run there is going to be in play at Car 1. Can his teammates pick this one up? No, they cannot. Ramirez is going to be taken down. Kimbo gets a kill as well. Snipe Drone just going to be baiting this one, looking for this play. It's going lovely thrust coming in from Respectful though. Does go for the touch on the flag, but it looks like 3 players here for Team Infused are going to be able to get that and look at this. Kimbo's going to have a pretty clear run, but 2 players are coming around the corner from Arik Beaver. Shots are being put down. Can they get the cap? Yes, they do. Team Infused take the lead.
Yeah, 2 kills actually though from the Beavers, and it looks like they can start moving a flag of their own, make it 3 in a row. They're coming off staggered respawns. The silver lining for Team Infused right here. Mo's just grabbed the camouflage, and if he gets this kill on Snaky, he can advance forward. That would be a big 1v1 to win, and although he doesn't win it, Snaky does enough right there to stop Mose, and they already know he's in basement, so that's the camo out of the game. All tied up within, by the way, 2.5 minutes of this game. This is a really fast-paced game right here. 4 flag caps, 2.5 minutes.
After what was a questionable play at the start of this game from the Beavers, Ramirez has been the man to step up for his team. It seems like him and Flux working so well together. Mose is going to be challenging him, somehow stays alive. Backing down from that one, immediately looking for another target as well. Look at this from the guys on the Beavers. Shots coming in here. Respectful's going to be no shield. Snaky picks up a kill. 2-2, 9 minutes left. The camo's going to be popping pretty in the next minute or so as well. Flux pushing in aggressively as well. I'm not sure if they're going to actually run this one towards. He's going to back his teammate here to pick up this kill. Mose does get taken down here. It's going to be the opportunity potentially. Jim has to pick these kills up. Jimbo picks up a huge kill to stop this flag run. He's going to be in a pristine position here on the map to drop down on that return. This game is so back and forth.
I'm not sure about that flag run right there. I mean, we've all questioned in the past Snipe Drone's communication, and Snipe Drone really should have called right there, hey, there's 2 guys in bubble with me. Let's just let me die and let them spawn there and run this the other way. Instead, they decided to run the flag. Jimbo stayed alive, got his shield, got the key kill, and then eventually got the return. And now look, he has top middle control. If they run the flag pink side right there, it's probably a capture and the game's probably over. Obviously, it's a lot of what ifs. But I feel like that was a bad run right there from the Beavers.
Oh, definitely. It's one of those purgatory moments where you kind of think to yourself, well, actually, I'll push it, but as soon as your teammate dies, it's like, should I drop it, go for the kill? It's one of those situations, especially in one of those moments, it's very hard to decide what you should have done things. But
wow.
I think, in my opinion, you should have just gone straight for the kill and left the flag and then spawn killed him again straight after. But so far, now it's 2-on-2. It looks like they're trying to get a flag back.
Yeah, it's going to be a 1v1 bottom mid. That flag is going to be touched once again. It's actually Jimbo who gets a big touch on that flag. Ramirez in a position, Car 1 to potentially push up and try and get the return, but there are going to be players in the base. It's going to be all on Mose here. He's got to play this one so smart. Waits for those grenades to go in. The pull does come out from one of the players on the Beavers. Jimbo picks up a kill as well. It's all down to Infused here. They have the opportunity to finish this game off. They just have to pick up the slays where they need to.
Yeah, the objective for Moze right here, get this return with this camouflage, but look at the 3-man stack on the bubble. Snaky with the first kill. Can they get the return though? He gets the kill, they get a touch. Another kill comes in, 2 for Moze. The flag's actually returned, I think. Not quite yet. It's Jimbo with the flag, but it's all on Snipe Drone now. Moze is going to run this flag, and that's game 1 going to Team Infused.
Game 1 going to Team Infused. A crazy game of true capture the flag. They're so back and forth for the entirety of it, but Team Infused do come out that camouflage. The thing that won that game there, Moze, doing a great job staying alive, making sure he timed his execution on those kills and that flag return to perfection.
Ramik, again, every time I say something bad about him, he goes and goes absolutely manic with a positive 8. But I just don't understand that last flag cap. There's 3 of them at Carbine. They had height advantage and cover. And I was thinking to myself, oh, this is an easy return and they're just going to push for the next flag grab. So they must have just been really impatient with how they wanted to play things. They should have just waited, and it just made no sense at all.
I think it was a case of they were probably caught on the overextension slightly.
Possibly, yeah.
The flag was pulled pink side, so they were all going to be spawning car side. They had to just commit to an overextension, especially with the last flag cap as it was tied up 2-2. This is some highlights of the game that we just saw. This double kill from Ramirez sparked that first cap here. Sorry, the second cap of the game, but Harry, what did you see on this one as well?
I honestly thought the play of the game was Moze at the end with the camouflage. I mean, like you said, Harry, they had Carbine control. There was 3 guys on bubble. It should have been an easy return, but this double right here is huge. Despite all the touches coming in to try and keep the flag alive and reset the timer, Moze still with the camouflage. I said on the comms, his objective right here, get this return with this camouflage. He didn't play the camouflage. He played as if he didn't have a camouflage, and he still made the play happen. So I think that was the biggest play of the game right there, to win the game and get that return. Not only that, staying alive to slide the final flag in as well. I think Moze played that to perfection right there at the end. I don't think there's much you can do if you're Beavers, unless you have some insane camo-wise. Maybe you stay on top of Carbine Bubble right there and just range shots down. I think that may be the play, but again, you don't know that Moze is there with that camouflage, so it's hard to make that play happen.
I was literally just about to say something similar with the fact that when there's 3 of them at Carbine, I think the reason why they gave away their position was because of the fact that, obviously, with Moze's camo, and obviously there was only one person trying to get the touch on the cap. There was someone else, but it's out of their view. So through their minds, they're probably thinking, oh, there's only one person there, kill him, and we can just jump straight through it, which is probably why when Moze had come, he had a good play by just sitting there and faking that and then letting them actually push out from Carbine. But I don't think all 3 of them should have jumped out. It should have just been 2.
Can I just say as well, I said before the series, I don't think I've seen Infused play as a unit. That was much better. Still not the complete package, but a very good win from them. They got actually outslayed, I believe, by the Beaver squad, and they still came out with the win right there. So that's going to, give them positive reinforcement going into the rest of this series.
Well, I want to get into game number 2 as quickly as we can. It's going to be Eden Slayer, gentlemen. What do you think? How do you think this one's going to be going? We've seen, as we saw there, for the first time, we've really seen Team Infused clutch up in that game 1. Usually they fall behind in these series against the Beavers, but they take that game number 1. Eden Slayer, how do you see this one going?
I still fancy the Beaver squad to take this one. I said the series would be a 4-0, so my prediction is out the window. But yeah, I think the Beavers take this one. I still question if Infused's weapon control, and with Overshield coming up every 2 minutes and Sniper every 3 minutes, if you get it into the hands of Snipe Drone, we've seen what he could do in the past, sat up there on blue platform, or even in Red Nest as well. So I think Snipe control obviously is going to be a big part of this game, but I also wonder about Infused if when they're down they have the mentality to slow the game down. We've seen in the past they've done so, but I feel like, I don't know why this game is going to be very scrappy, and they might not have the composure to do that this time around.
Well, it's going to be game number 2 getting underway. Of course, this is a best of 7. It was Team Infused who took game number 1 in this series. They have, of course, come from that losers bracket run, so they will have to win 2 best of 7s to take EU Open Cup number 2, pick up that cash prize, and of course, those all-important seeding points on the road to HCS London. Overshield, so important. Hydra obviously on the map as well. 50 kills to win. Starting this one off with Flux, a player who has stood out for this Beaver squad so far today.
Yeah, him and Ramirez actually play very well in tandem on this squad. I feel like Flux almost knows to, unlock Ramirez's potential. You kind of almost have to babysit him in game and make sure you have a duo. I'm not saying that's exactly what's happening, but on maps like Truth, they work very well together, and the same with Snipe Drone and Ramirez as well. So sticking in duos, as you see Jimbo and Kimbo right here, might just be a recurring theme here on Eden Slayer, as it looks like Infused kind of moving into an early lead. Jimbo with that overshield and Kimbo with the snipe right here as well.
Second time we've seen Kimbo with this weapon in a similar position. Didn't manage to get too much done last time. He was naded out pretty quickly, but 4-1. Strong start here from the guys on Team Infused. Now this game is slowing down. You can see on those player outlines, 2 people are sneaking around as we see exactly what Kimbo's going to see. Trying to find some angles, but it looks like all of the players here from the Beavers have rotated outside. They're more than aware of exactly what's going to happen. This is the difference between the 2 teams we saw. We saw earlier, we saw the Vex lineup. When Quad got that sniper rifle, rotate the exact same way Kimbo did. He was able to catch all the players of the lesser team off guard, running through a lot of the cutoffs, but looks like the Beavers are wise to it.
This is so frustrating as well if you're Jimbo. He had overshield throughout that entire play, and now it's completely gone just from decaying, and they've just all rotated away from Jimbo and Kimbo, who had overshield and snipe respectively. And not only that, they've actually rotated over to Turbine right there, which is where the next power play is going to come up on the map. 25 seconds until the next team fight around the overshield, and it already looks like the Beaver squad are in position to be, you know, ready to capitalize on that coming up. So they did witness the overshield getting picked up last time, so they're going to know a timing, but right now it looks like Infused with height control, but they do not have possession of that turbine.
I think the best thing about that was the fact that when Kimbo was doing his unorthodox positioning in terms of when he was at security with Snipe, it's the fact that he always had 2 people with him all the time, rotating at the exact same time with him. And it's funny because at that moment, no gunfire took place. It was literally, they had a feeling and game sense knowing where each other were, and literally, Beavers literally moved out of blue anyway. But at the moment, it looks like they're trying to get that overshield.
Well, Kimbo just killed anyone who went near that next overshield. Mose does manage to get it into his hand, so not too much of a mistake there coming in from the man from Germany. Mose, the man from Malta, going to be picking up this overshield. Of course, just to remind everyone at home that Mose did purchase a pair of fake trainers, but we love these guys, don't worry. We're allowed to have fun with them. Mo's going to be taking down Snaky.
But one thing I do want to say is the fact that when you rotate away and kind of slow play the overshield, you can't really do that while the enemy team has a sniper. You're kind of banking on him missing those shots, and Kimbo isn't one of those players that will miss those key shots. So very interesting play call there from the Beavers. I think it was the right idea, but just Kimbo making the plays, and it was, in the end, a good timed team fight on the turbine. And now look, Infused, they're up by a good amount. 7 points here with 2 snipers in play almost.
Yeah, Snipe doing his best to back Mose down off of that weapon, but his teammate is going to be there. It's going to be Jimbo trying to push aggressively. And one thing I've noticed Jimbo doing really well today is pushing up and taking pressure off of players who are trying to either pick up power-ups or pick up power weapons. So although his stat lines might have not been, you know, at the top of the leaderboards for a lot of these games, he's definitely created those opportunities for his teammates to secure power weapons and map control.
Absolutely. I did just turn off player outlines a second there, so you can see exactly what Mose is seeing. We'll see this through the eyes of Mose. Really nice shot there to take down Flux as well. You can see in the kill feed, Kimbo ripping face as well. 2 snipers in play right here. This is very, very dangerous. If you're the Beavers right now, you need to shut one of these down very, very soon. Snipe drone does just that. But the thing is, they still have to worry about Kimbo right here, who still has, what, 3 bullets as well. If he takes down this player, it's going to be Ramirez with the snipe. Look at this patience. I absolutely love it. If he gets this ammo right here, this is going to be a massive win here for Team Infused, which he does.
Yeah, just not too sure what's going on right now. They seem to be going in unorganised, which is quite rare for the Beavers so far. And it's a shame Mose did lose Snipe earlier. I think he got a little bit too confident in a way where he just wanted to push out and maybe, you know, I can understand sometimes when you've got a nice healthy lead, you just want to push it and try and make something of it. But yeah, when it comes to this situation in a match like this, you can't really make these little errors. But it looks like now they're doing these weird unorthodox snipes, and saying that respect with a nice no-scope coming from top red.
Overshield, however, in the meantime, once again in the hands of Mose. I really hope he can use it better than what we've seen from him previously. He is definitely the man to do it. Had a big game in the last game, as we saw, using that power up, that camo so effectively to essentially win that game for his team. 21-12, the score here. This is starting to get a little bit out of hand for the Beavers, especially as they are conceding these power-ups at the moment. Mose here going to be slowly putting pressure onto this red base. Look at this, Ramirez going to be caught out on the Snickers there, taken down to no shields, but somehow Ramirez actually managed to get the kill on Kimbo. Flux manages to get the kill on Mose, so you have to say they've baited him out nicely there. Good plays here from the Beavers.
Yeah, I don't know how they win that team fight and how they almost get out with Snipe, which they do, and the kill to boot as well. That's a doorway into the game. They just got 4 kills. This was 21-12. It's now 21-16 with the sniper now into the hands of Flux. And you can see the instant reaction here from Team Infused, playing this so slow, and I bet Respectful right now is screaming at Moze. We need to play this slow. They have snipe, but Ramirez with 2 kills. Look at this. This is just a 4-point game. It was just a 3-point game. Luckily, Kimbo takes down Snaky. Flux caught out in no man's land. You're never going to hit that shot, and well, that's, again, a pathway for Infused to resume their lead. 6-minute mark coming up, which means Overshield and Snipe coming up, but this is a very strange game. This is now just a 4-point lead.
Not only that, there's 5 bullets still left in this sniper rifle, as well as that new one coming up. So Kimbo going to be in position to bait this one, but he would have given away his positioning and the fact he had that weapon. So I would be very, very surprised here to see one of these players from the Beavers just make what essentially will be a suicidal play towards that sniper rifle. I think it might have actually been grenaded away there by one of the players on Team Infused. They now pick up the overshield. They now initiate this push on the blue base. One player taken down to no shields. It's going to be Snaky, who's no shields as well. Mo's trying to desperately chase this kill down, but going to play this one slowly. Like what I'm seeing here from Mo's, to be fair. Does manage to get the kill on Ramirez. Ramirez does get the trade. However, might have been a team grenade coming in there. Kimbo looking for the snipe, though. Once again, though, Team Infused have managed to establish a lead back up to a 9-kill lead, and I'm sure they would have learned from their mistakes from last time they were in this position.
Yeah, the difference between the two teams at the moment is definitely Team Infused winning that team fight almost every single time as the overshield's coming up. It looks like a Rate Beaver, they're doing very well without the overshield, but as soon as that comes into play, they try and... I don't know what it is about their push for Turbine, but it never comes off well for them, and it almost always gifts Team Infused a lead. Moze has had 3 overshields straight, similar to what we've seen in the past, and they just do such a good job, the Team Infused, actually maintaining power-up control. That was my main concern about them going into this game number 2, and they've proved me completely wrong, and they've played this so well.
What I like about it is the fact that, like, before you see these two teams on Empire Strongholds, where literally they're having a 1v1 for the overshield, but it looks like both teams are actually prepping for it 10 seconds in advance, which should be natural by now. You should be doing this kind of stuff anyway. But you remember, I'm not sure if Invictus do have a coach at the moment, but if they don't, then to be fair to them, they've been doing really well so far without one, and it makes you wonder how good they could be if they do have one.
Still a big lead here for the guys on Team Infused. The Beavers have it all to do. Of course, they're one down in the series, but they do have a series in their pockets. Obviously winning that winner's bracket final, so they won't want to send this one to a second best of 7, because Infused at that point will definitely be rolling. But with just 12 kills to go here for Team Infused. We have seen big comebacks on this map. Eden Slayer, of course. Hydra in the hands of Snipe Drone, trying to land a few shots. Looks like they once again rotating outside, Harry, for this overshield, and so far it's every time gone into the hands of Infused.
Yeah, and once again it looks like it's going to go that way as well. Jimbo actually misses it. Respectful does have the green gun, so he's going to be safe for now, but wow. Flashbacks to, what was it, Vegas?
Literally, I was just thinking that.
When on Plaza, he just about misses the camouflage.
Sorry, Jim.
Luckily, he gets away with it that time as Respectful spares his blushes, but wow, that was... I don't get how he doesn't grab that right there. That's really strange.
Maybe he just doesn't want the overshield. Maybe he likes to give his opponents a chance. I don't know. It's a bit weird like that. But, you know, in the end, they did get it. But sadly enough, it looks like that with a 14-kill lead, I think they can make these little mistakes now.
6 kills to go. Board with Moze at the moment. Had a decent game so far. Is going to run into a play around this corner. Does get beaten down by Ramirez. Flux again picking up another kill for the team. Respectful does trade out that kill with Ramirez. Snaky pushing here onto Jimbo. Does just about manage to clean that one up. But not for the first time today. Some slightly snaky shots, that'll do. Slightly, I don't want to coin that phrase. That's a bit mean. Shaky shots coming in from Snaky. 5 kills to go. Do have an 11-kill lead at this point. Flux has managed to find himself a sniper rifle, though, and if they are going to get back into this game, it looks like they're going to have to slow this one down ever so slightly. Wait for Flux to get a few of these picks, especially when that next overshield is going to be popped.
I don't think they have the time to slow this game down. I mean, look at the game clock. I mean, they have 2 minutes 15 seconds left. All Infused have to do, even if they don't get the kills right here, they can just hide constantly off the respawn. So I think they've identified that right now, and this is the push they need to make. I'm not sure why Ramirez, again, already weak, jumping in by himself right now. I'm not sure what that achieves other than a free kill over towards Team Infused, and that pushes them 1 closer to the mark. But 2 minutes left in the game. Every single key needs to be, every single kill is key and needs to be made right here if you're on the Beaver squad. That's a kill that needs to be made, and he just about makes it on Kimbo.
Oh! Oh!
There from Flux.
Can he make the treble for
In a
Flux?
row as well, as the overkill's there if he wants it, but again, only 3 kills needed. 6-point difference, but again, 1:35 on the clock, and they've completely forgotten about this overshield, have they? It looks like Sniper's the only one in Turbine at the moment. He has teammates helping him out right here.
Still up.
They can actually come back in this game, you know. Ramirez has the overshield.
Right behind him, he spots him at the last second. He's
No!
missing beatdowns. Flux helps him stay alive, however. Again, Ramirez, yes, you have the overshield. Yes, you picked up a kill. Almost just over-aggressive, though. He has over a minute left in this game. It's only a few kills in this game at the moment. Yes, they do have to pick up the kills, but just make sure you're not giving away deaths as well. Snipe Drone picks up 2. It's a 2-kill game. Going into the last few kills. Snakey gets one. Jimbo gets one. Flux gets another one. 1 minute left on the clock. Can the Beavers do this?
Not like this. 54 seconds left. 1-point game. What was the score difference? It was like
11, 12.
11 points with 2 minutes 15 left on the clock. They have 45 seconds to find at least one. This team fight is going to be huge. Overshield coming up right now, I do believe. In fact, no, it was a minute ago, so never mind. No overshield in play. It's all about this final team fight here. If you're the Beaver squad, one tag in. Let's see if he can find these kills, though. I mean, they only have 30 seconds left. They only have 30 seconds left in this game, Marcus. Sniper picks up another kill. What a big game player Sniper is turning out to be right now. 49th on the board for Infused. This one's going down to the wire, and it looks like Ramirez again overextending by himself. Twice in a row, he makes the same overextension in the same place. Already weak, falls into the trap of Team Infused, and the comeback is denied.
The worst bit was they did enough trial and error to know exactly where they were, so he should have just waited, but he also knew that there was going to be someone there coming in, so why he actually pushed in and overextended, I'm not too sure, but never mind, it was a good comeback.
Fantastic comeback, but just not good enough, unfortunately, for the Beavers. They're going to be down 2-0 in the series now. Massive game coming out of Respectful there, 17 and 11 from him. But we have to say, unfortunately, we have to call out those 2 plays from Mariz. Almost 3 plays if you include that overshield push at the end.
I mean, I appreciate he's trying to make opportunities for his team to push in. I give him the benefit of the doubt. He doesn't have the information like we do. He doesn't know that player is around the corner in the SMG right there, in the little cage area. I don't know what you'd call it, but he has to recognize 49th kill. They only need 1 to win the game. Let me just slow my roll right here. We've already killed 1. That guy's going to be coming off the respawn across the map. We have the numbers advantage. Let me just group up with my team and win a 2v1. Like, that's all we have to do. And unfortunately, got a little bit overzealous there for me at the end of that game. It's a game they could have won. That comeback was very real, and they should have won it.
Especially with Flux just sitting outside with that sniper rifle. Yeah. All Ramirez had to do was put those shots on, and if he could have got out, obviously we talk about it with hindsight. We're not in the game ourselves. We're not caught up in the emotion and the adrenaline. But by damaging all those players, all Flux has got to do is hit those body shots.
Well, this is it. They were pinned in red. They had height advantage. They had snipe. They had outside control. The only problem is maybe if someone actually came from red bridge or bridge, they could have actually done something.
Look at the score,
It's just a shame you gave up such an important opportunity and potentially another best of 7.
38-47, and they almost came back. That's crazy. There's something about this Beaver squad, you know. They ain't no flukers. I still fancy them to win this series, despite them being 2-0 down. They could easily win this one 4-2. I don't know what it is. A lot of people in the chat probably right now are like, oh, this guy hates Infused. It's not me hating Infused. It's me loving what I'm seeing out of the Beaver squad. It seems like even when they lose, they do it in fashion. I mean, I don't know how they do it.
Well, let's have a look at the series. It's turning out once again to be Beaver Bowl number 2. It's living up to all of the hype of number 1. Can it be better than the first one? We will find out as we get through this series. Truth capture the flag, of course, going in the hands of Infused 3-2. And then Infused taking game number 2, 50-48. But such close games, gentlemen. As we move into game 3, Plaza Strongholds, one that, in my opinion, certainly favors this Infused squad.
I mean, you say that, but again, this is one of those game types where play calling comes into it massively. And 2 of the best play callers, as we've said, you know, are on the Beaver squad, and Infused, we still question who is calling the plays and who has the capacity to lead his team to a win on that team. So you say it should be an Infused win, and I actually agree with you, but I don't think it will be that easy. I mean,
it won't be easy. We've seen from the series.
Back to the Beaver. It's like Back to the Future, but back to the Beaver.
Keep working on those.
I'll try.
I literally saw
6 out of 10.
I literally saw your Just let you know, mate. You need to be an observer in this game.
Well, I was on observer, but I tell you what happens when they allow observers off. It actually throws me onto red team.
Hey.
Oh, so we'll blame on them.
So is that, you know, I was on observer. It's the player's fault.
I'm just looking out for you, man. You know.
I'm always on observer. I'm ready to go. I love observing. It's my favorite thing to do. I don't like playing the game. I just like doing the buttons.
What else can we say? All right, gentlemen, do you think we are going to see the Beavers get back into this series in this game, or do you think Infused are going to extend their lead?
I think if I don't get back into this now, it's just going to be a simple fact of we're going to see another best of 7. Simple as, like, you know, seeing a reverse sweep against Infused in that kind of situation, it's going to be pretty difficult. It's not going to be the easiest thing in the world. So we'll see what happens after this.
Well, it is going to be the third game of, once again, a crazy series already after 2 games. Strongholds on Plaza, 100 points to win. 3 of those strongholds on the map. And of course, that camouflage top middle, which can change a games. I don't know where to start this one. I would actually like to start this one off with Snipe Drone. We saw him towards the end. He was going off a little bit, picking up a lot of kills. Control-based map like Plaza on a control-based game type. This is where someone like Snipe Drone can come to life.
Yeah, last half of the game, he really turned up. Didn't have as many kills at the end of the game as I thought he might have. I'm not sure who scampered away with the camouflage. In fact, it's still up right now. That's actually going to be burnt. As both Jimbo and Kimbo, a bit of a miscommunication right there, both going for it. And that could be the cue for Snipe Drone to push right here for this nest control at the start of the game. Even if you lose bottom middle and the enemy team takes yard as well, you're still okay if you get that nest spawn. So that's what Snipe Drone was kind of looking for right here. Wondering why he's desperating into bottom middle right there. Clearly got the call from his team to try and fight this. I think this is the wrong move though. In fact, they get the reset on bottom middle. So it looks like Infused actually have backed off and went for that nest instead.
I was going to say, somehow Snaky managing to stay alive in that situation. All the credit in the world has to go to him. 3 players going to be in front of him. Jimbo trying to stay alive desperately, does a great job of staying so. Snaky cannot finish off that kill on Jim. Now going to be coming under heavy fire, and it's going to be Jimbo who actually pops back out to put Snaky back into that respawn screen. It's going to be the guys from the Beavers actually with an early lead here, 6-0. Obviously very early in the game. They have arguably the poor man setup, as some people do call it, bottom mid. And that yard stronghold, it's going to be the guys from Team Infused who are working around that nest, having to try and get back control, but Snipe Drone doing a good job of just laying down shots in blue at the moment and just keeping them at bay.
Yeah, they're actually pushing for bottom middle right here. Luckily, they have a player on loop already to contest, and Snipe Drone's gotten in just at the nick of time. This should really be a reset coming in from the Beavers. Jimbo already no shields. He should be taken down, and there you go. There's the reset. Now they have those slays. They should really be forcing Team Infused to spawn over at Tram, get this slay on Mose, and then push for that nest straight away. But Mose is doing a great job playing his life and milking, and that's allowing Respectful to push in and help him out here as well. So we really could see the bottom middle again swing in favor of the enemy team. That nade's perfect actually underneath the Prius, and there you go. Slays coming in, slays for days.
I'm not
3
lie,
of the Beavers go down.
I like poor man sound. I've not heard the saying like that in such a long time. But it's weird as well, because when Fever went for pit earlier, when I'm talking about Infused, they got easy flanked upon. Okay, yeah, fair enough. You've got probably one of the worst advantages or disadvantages possible. But the fact that they're not actually telling each other where they should be looking and what they should be doing. But it seems like with this Beaver squad now, they are trying to make a comeback by actually getting this bottom pit as well. But it looks like they're going to get all three points.
So what's happened right there? Sorry to cut you off, Mark. But Infused had nest and bottom middle, and somehow it's now total control in favor of the Beavers. I'm not sure exactly how that happened. They all died when they had the favorable setup. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure what just happened right there. I think they just pushed bottom middle aggressively, a little bit too aggressively, did Team Infused. As Snipe Drone is behind Jimbo, and then the reset comes in on Yard. Potentially another kill. He could get 2 right there if he was really on point, but unfortunately the player will come in for the reset. But look at this score, by the way, 50-5.
Exactly, I was about to say, the score is getting out of hand here while the carnage was ensuing in the yard. Grenades, beatdowns, bullets, it was all on show from both these two teams. But look at the 54-5 at the moment. The Beavers have come out strong in this one, taking advantage of that triple cap. Flux is going to be set up top mid here. He knows the overshield could be popping pretty soonish. Going to be dropping down bottom mid. Gets the reset once again, and the triple cap not for the first time. It's the second time in this game we've seen the triple cap. Going to try and take down Jimbo as well. Can't quite finish the kill. Finally does get it done. Ramirez picks up a kill with a shotgun as well, so that's going to be that weapon in control of the Beavers once again. And I mean, at 71-5, gentlemen, time for these guys to go right now from Infused. Otherwise, they're going to go into they're going to be only up by 1 game.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, if you lose this game, I mean, you're letting Infused you're letting the lead slip away in this series. I mean, they're chipping away game by game. The fortunate thing for Infused right there is that they spawned at Snipe Lift. That allowed them to lift up and get Nest, but I mean, just, I'm not sure exactly if you're the Beavers, how you defend this bottom middle push coming in. The first kill will help Snaky right there. Actually gets 2 in a row, but it's a 2v2 now, and there you go. Bottom middle actually goes in favor of Infused.
What I didn't understand is the fact that there wasn't actually anyone flanking S1 enough to even just get the other point, just get behind him just in general. But yeah, it's like you said earlier, Harry, in terms of like this Beaver squad. They've got 2 IGLs. Infused don't really have any, and let's be honest, it's kind of showing in a game time like this, and I'm not surprised Infused are taking more of the Slayers in series as a whole. But now they've got Camo, but it's solidifying their win.
I like this play from Snaky as well. He's going to be blocking all of those blue spawns here. Anyone who comes up is going to be met with a camouflage camo. I meant shotgun. Camouflage shotgun player. Who obviously is going to win. Camouflage camo. Like so invisible, you can't even talk about him. Picks up 1 kill here. Flux picks up 2 kills in the kill feed. The third player is going to be taken down. And one thing I wanted to bring a point up about is how good has this Beaver squad been about cleaning up kills after getting the initial kill. That is going to be GG, as you say, Wonderboy. Game number 4. It's a 2-1 lead here for Team Infused, and we're going to game 4, gentlemen. Once again, a series looks like it's heating up.
Again, I'm not sure what I've just seen. This is the weirdest series I think I've seen in a while. I mean, with Beavers coming back after losing the first 2 pretty handedly, coming back and winning that one 100-11.
100-11.
I mean, they just outfoxed, they outcalled, and they outrotated Team Infused. Infused were chasing the game for the majority of that. And it's weird when you talk about strongholds, when you don't have a foothold in the game, the thing you want to do is just focus on slaying. It looks like Infused couldn't even slay then. I mean, even when they had control, at one point of the game, they had bottom, middle, and Nest, the favorable setup on Plaza. And for some reason, both Moze and Respectful were down in dip and down in bottom middle. And we saw 3 red outlines when I swapped over to Ramirez's point of view, all coming from the tram, all pushing posters, and they just pushed the Nest, and they grabbed that. Snipe Drone was alone in Yard, picked up a kill of his own, and then when Snipe Drone defended Yard, and the 3 players pushed to Nest, they got those 2 strongholds. They all just converged on bottom middle.
Yeah.
And then the triple control happened. The total control, the triple cap happened. So I combine those 2 phrases right there.
Triple control.
The things that happen in the Beaver Bowl, I mean, it's just all notes go out the window. If I had notes, I would throw them out the window. But there's no windows, and I have no notes, so I can't do that. But yeah, what a game, what a series. The Beaver Bowl just keeps on giving.
It does.
It's the fact that these 2 teams aren't consistent, which is why you're seeing a lot of these messy plays. Like, they know what to do in certain situations, but if you're not consistent doing it, this is a clear example of a messed up series, because some of them could have a huge advantage and have S4 and a full setup, and then sometimes you won't see anyone trailing across top mid and actually, you know, trying to get S4 back and stuff like that. And I'm just like, what is going on? So with these consistencies, like, it just makes no sense. How can you have such an advantage and then just like throw it away as though it's like meaningless? It just doesn't understand.
There's one thing you cannot predict, and it is the Beaver Bowl. Do you know what? It sounds like one of those things that you sell like hooky DVDs down the pub on. Do you know what I mean? It's like, if you've got the Beaver Bowl DVD, it's like, do you want it for like a couple of quid? Like, yeah, cool.
It's catchy, don't it?
Open it, it's got a CD-ROM in it. Something like that, but
I love it.
It's getting late, isn't it?
We'll probably see him soon anyway.
I think that burger has started going.
Yeah, I don't know what was on that burger.
It's going down. It's hitting the cholesterol region right now. It's blocking all those arteries. Yeah, you're starting to feel a little bit faint. If you need to lie down at any point, we'll be fine.
If I collapse at any point, you just take the reins and
yeah,
we'll see what's happening.
No,
but we're going into a game number 4.
I was going to say, do you want me to do it right now? Game 4! Fathom capture the flag!
No, it's going to be Fathom capture the flag. And of course, we saw a 3-2 game before. Involving the Team Infused squad. They really are the heart attack team of the tournament so far. Beavers answered back in that last game, Plaza Strongholds. Are they going to send it to a second best of 7 here, gentlemen? We're getting towards that sort of feeling. Or are the Beavers going to take this one and we're going to see them ride with that momentum?
I think they might just ride with this momentum. I mean, looking at the series layout right there, the 2 games they lost by 1 flag and 2 kills in the first 2 games. I said they'd lost the first 2 pretty handedly. That was me thinking of the Eden Slayer when they were down by 13 points. I forgot completely they came back in that game and almost won it. So, yeah, I think that is very within the realms of possibility. They might roll on from these first 3 games and start rolling in this series. Now they've woken up a little bit. Don't forget, Infused, they obviously had to play their elimination bracket game first. So they'll be warm, definitely, going into this one. They had a little bit of a break, but now that they're starting to roll in this series. We'll see whether or not the Beavers might just steam on for a lead.
Here we go then. Game number 4. Starting this one off with Flux. It's going to be Hamza Nakvi, the man himself. He's going to be pushing towards this camouflage, which is top middle. Snipe drone opening it up with a double kill. Flux getting another one. That's going to be an easy camo in the bag here for the Beavers. And it looks like they're going to be the ones to put the pressure on the Infused base.
Yeah, early win for the Beavers. Snaky grabbing that railgun and Flux winning a key kill up there on top middle on Kimbo. The well-timed grenade takes him down and they get the camouflage to accompany the railgun. The question is, can they work in tandem right here, as they actually are. Snaky gets that first kill and then Flux immediately pushes to clean up a kill already with this camouflage. Snaky again picking up Slays. This is perfect. This really should be a flag capture as the Slays come in. This really should be 1-0 right here from the Beavers.
This is what I'm talking about when it comes to the Beavers. As soon as they have like some kind of power like camo or whatever, they abuse it so well. And look at that, such a clean cap. And I think they did feel like in the last series as well in the winners bracket final, they should have won that Fathom CTF game. I think they should have won it. And I think now they're here to prove a point and actually draw this series.
Such a clean cap from the start from the Beavers. Jimbo takes down Snaky. That is going to be 3 dead and the railgun taken out of their hands, however. So now it's Team Infused time to push up on the Beavers side. Try and break through this dam. Respectful picks up a beatdown. Ramirez gets a kill here on Mose if the pull does come in, but it's going to be shut down. And once again, the Beavers showing defensively very, very solid plays coming out from them as they take 3 players down from Team Infused. Kimbo going to be the last allies and Flux helping out Ramirez. That duo we have talked about all tournament, once again, working together so effectively.
Definitely. This was one of those game types we said in the Vexed series when Infused were playing Vexed E-Buyer. What are they called? Vexed E-Buyer? Sounds about right, yeah. They won it 3-2, but we said this was a bogey game type for this squad when 3 out of the 4 of the team were on Fab E. They were barely winning it versus some lesser competition at Worlds, even when 2Foxy was on the team calling the shots. And now they have lost that shot caller. It seems like they might be found out here and there on Fathom Capture the Flag. Still think it's one of their weaker game types for me. Right now though, they're doing a good job of outslaying the enemy team. 3 down for the Beavers. Mose with the railgun. This is a perfect opportunity if he grabs his camouflage as well to really start putting points on the board.
I find it quite funny as well now is that these little plays where when they're at silo and they haven't had a flagpole, they actually get to their porch but hide there, and it's like, it's quite weird because it's quite unorthodox, which I can understand, but you can easily be done in by a nade and he's double kill. But it looks like with his flagpole now, they are going to try and get to base, and it seems like Moses is doing such a great job holding top middle, keeping away.
He is. He's going to be in a perfect position to potentially pick up a triple kill here. He needs to turn around. Snipe drone couldn't get the return. Can they get the touch? Jimbo, whoa, clutching up and saving Moses Bacon there. Mose turned away at the last second. Jimbo managed to get that kill, but Moses now being aggressive as the game is tied up at 1-1. They managed to convert that flag, and I wanted to give big props actually to Kimbo there for that flag run. While that camo was coming up, while Mose was causing that distraction top mid, did a great job of getting a pull through the treehouse. Something we don't talk too much about Kimbo with is his objective play, but right there, he had it nailed on.
Yeah, he had it nailed on, definitely. I'm okay with Mose sitting top middle right there. Did Jimbo just ninja Snaky?
Didn't see it, I've got to be honest.
Oh my lord, I think Jimbo just ninjaed that man. Oh my lord, I'm not sure. I would love to go back and see that one. Hopefully our replays in the back get that one nailed down, but oh my lord. I was okay with Mose sitting top middle. If Snipe Drone reads that flag though, you gotta say, then it's a bad play. But
Snaky, that's huge!
Big win, especially as Respectful actually kind of short-armed that flag. Will they get the touch still? Looks like Ramirez has put that one out. Kimbo is desperating the flag for some reason, and he's on the return. Double from him. That's perfect return. Goal line stand there from the Beavers. What is this series?
Infused are trying to give me a cardiac arrest to get this same time. But yeah, it's fair enough. Like, Respectful should have just shot him twice on the light rifle and beat him down. For some reason, he panicked and only shot once. I don't know what was going through his head at the time. Maybe it wasn't just the fact that he just panicked and then like got ahead of himself. But now with Jimbo, the railgun, all he needs to do, if he gets top mid with the rest of his teammates actually being on a flag, but getting a nice 3 of them down so far, and the last guy's now an engine, possibly spawning silo, so this could be a clean cap.
4 down here for the Beavers. Jimbo looking for players coming off that respawn. They are going to be spawning on the elbow there. Ramirez putting shots down. No, Jimbo misses that shot. That could be huge. Not sure if the flag does actually get put in. It does. So it's going to be Team Infused who take a 2-1 lead here in this game. Whew, I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, if you're at home watching this series right now, this is a crazy series of European Halo. Make sure you tweet that stream. And let us know using the hashtag HCS as well, who you think is actually going to close this one out. Because right now, I don't know if you're agreeing with, gentlemen, I have no idea. I've got no idea who's going to win this one.
Not a clue. It was a good play, though, from Jimbo. Despite him dying top middle, obviously, if he hits that railgun kill on Ramirez, it's an even better result, but he still burns that camouflage right there. If Beavers get themselves a camouflage on the board, you have to say that's going to help them out when trying to push for a flag capture, because that will get them key kills. I'm not sure how Snipedrone survives that beatdown right there, but that's going to get the flag even further into the Beaver base. Ramirez will get a kill. That's going to help them trying to put this flag in, but they need another one before they can even go for it. There's the second. It's the third.
Triple!
Almost gets the triple, but Snaky has been moving this flag the entire way. There you go. Snipedrone puts it in. We're all tied up. Next capture wins.
What did you expect from these two teams, apart from last-minute goal line, ridiculous returns, going down to the last flag cap? You know, I don't even know I have words anymore. I need to invent some new words for this. The Beaver Bowl just keeps on giving. Ramirez and Snaky picks up kills for their squad here. It's going to be them once again on the aggressive push towards the Infused base. 6 minutes left in this game. 6 minutes, obviously, the railgun and the camo going to be popping pretty soon. Snaky picks up a nice kill. Mose trades that one out, though, for his team. Mose going to be taken down here, potentially by Ramirez as well. Finally, Ram is going to clean that one up. And now, as we all know, Ramirez will be pushing towards that objective. Actually backs up smartly here. I like what I'm seeing from Ramirez there. Realised the situation he was in. Knew that at best he was going to be facing players coming off the respawn, so decided to just back up, play his life. Snaky has the railgun, does miss a shot, but teammate is there to help him finish that one off.
Yeah, don't forget, Jimbo burned the last camouflage too, so it's going to be Infused with the timing on that, and you can see him already trying to contest this. It's going to be another burn from Jimbo, so not the worst result, but definitely not the best. They already have a player as well. That's going to be Flux, already flanking the base, so with Slays right here, they could win this game. 2 Slays in a row. I think that's game. I think that's GG right there, as Flux is going to put this final flag in.
It looks like it is going to be that. He is taking shots, though. He's only 1 bullet away, drops this one in, goes to the slide. His teammate actually puts that one in.
Wow.
The Beavers are going to tie up the series as they take game number 4. 3-2 on Fathom, capture the flag. Tweet the stream, ladies and gentlemen. This is another insane series of Halo between these two teams. Look at the stats. Ramirez, again, just seems to be the X factor for this squad. When they are winning games, Ramirez is playing well.
And Kimbo with a 5 and 13. Like, you know, again, that's not like him. Nor did I see Jimbo recently doing those stats. But you saw from those caps from the Invictus squad, they were so clean. It was so precise. But with these Infused caps, it was still quite messy in some ways, where they were literally struggling to get it in left, right, and centre.
I'm so happy. Sorry to cut you off, Mark, but the decisions that Ramirez is making, like even when he's backing down, I think I might have. Do we just become best friends?
Become? All right, you know,
yeah.
Cool. You know, save me.
I think we were born best friends, I think. But the decisions he's making when he was backing up, just to get that one kill, even when he was flying at Mose, he knows if Mose overextends right there, that's going to give his team so many more problems than they need to worry about, especially when the railgun and camouflage is coming up. Instead, he flew for the kill, got the kill, and then was able to back up and made the decision to back up because he knew that camouflage was coming up as well. So just the decision-making all round from the Beavers, can't praise it enough. I still wonder about this Team Infused team. Now that they've let the Beavers back in this series, do they have the mettle? Do they have that confidence and the mentality to slam this series home and get onto that second best of 7? Because they still need to win another one, even if they win this.
It's very, very true. And I actually wanted to speak to you about something you brought up before we even got underway, which is it's a brains versus brawn match, these two teams. And that was such a perfect example. How many times did we see, especially that final flag cap from Flux, managed to sneak behind the entire Infused roster, wait for his teammates to pick up kills, ran it immediately, and managed to get that final clap. Again, once again, just mentally outplaying its opponent.
That's something you can do so well on Fathom. Was that the ninja right there? I think that was I think Jimbo literally ninja'd Snaky. I missed it a second time.
Clip it. Clip it, Jim.
Someone clip it. Let us know and tweet it to me, please. But I mean, yeah, I wonder if we could replay this replay package, because right now one of the... Oh, no, never mind. Ramirez was on yellow team, so I thought we might have
time to just slow it down a little bit.
He's just gone back onto his red team, so... what were we talking about again? I got distracted by the ninja.
The ridiculous series of Halo that we have.
I got a bit distracted.
I thought last week was pretty damn good. Like, I've got to be honest, I thought that was pretty exceptional Halo in that final.
Yeah, but it would never happen again. Oh, wait.
Irrelevant.
Here we are.
Here we go.
Here again. That's fine.
I can years off my life and I haven't got many left.
Yeah. I know, I don't think I have either. But the thing is that it's weird how the fact that, like, it's like I said, I always thought there was going to be like a one-hit wonder, but it's nice to actually see a bit of tough competition. And it's
Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, no!
I
it
don't
was
know,
a
man.
ninja.
Was
He
it?
got it.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's a C.
100%.
Yeah?
That is a ninja. Good job, Jim. Proud of you. I taught you everything you knew. It was so good. He was coming through small door, and Jim was just like, whoop. It was beautiful.
That was quite
With
quick
the sound
of you to get
effects.
that.
Yeah.
Not so sure. Next game is already loading in the background, though. It's going to be Slayer on Coliseum.
Good job,
gentlemen.
by the way.
Oh,
Production nailing that. Good job. Good job, Brad.
Loving your work. Loving your work. Slayer Coliseum, gentlemen. We've already seen Coliseum play between these two teams. I mean, I don't know anymore. Do you know what? Papers are going everywhere.
Predictions out the
I'm
window.
exasperated.
Someone get this man some water.
Get this man some water and less caffeine because at the moment my heart is hurting.
Well, we could be here for at least another 2 hours when Infused come back in this one. So.
Who we want to start this one off with? Let's stick with Flux, the man who put in the final flag cap for his team, unless it was stolen on the stats, we didn't quite catch it. But he has been so impressive on his return to Halo 5 over here in Europe. He's going to be fighting Mose, backing him down. Mose is going to have no chance, but look at that. Respectful and Jimbo picking up kills at the start of this game for the Infused squad. That's going to be a double kill for Jimbo. And look at this, immediately pushing up 4 dead here. What do we expect? The Beavers win the last game in the last few seconds. What starts the start of the next game? Infused destroying it. I mean, it's just, this is insane. This is insane.
Not only did Infused get a 5-0 start to this game, they had both battle weapons and Kimbo with a snipe now too. That is the most nightmare start you could have imagined if you're the Beavers right now. I mean, Kimbo with snipe, Mose with rockets, and they're pinned in red. This is, I don't know how you fight out of this. You need to make sure you're pinning down Kimbo whenever he's looking for players like Flux here on the elbow. He is taken down before he gets an opportunity to snipe it, but boop, there goes Ramirez. Fields. And I don't even know how to call this one anymore. Snipe Drone does make a nice flank right there, but boop, immediately taken down as well. Oh my lord, this series, man, I just don't understand this game.
The worst bit was as well, Snarkjohn actually had rockets and Kimbo got a really vital snipe as you got into it. But what I don't get was the fact that Beavers was trying to make it to a stalemate, but Infused don't mind that because the fact that if they got sniped, then of course they're not going to mind it being a stalemate because they get the height advantage the whole time, and as soon as they get the opportunity to make it a 3v4, that's going to flank bridge and open again. So right now, what Flux needs to do, well, I was going to say Flux needs to be patient for the snipe, but with a rocket like that, what do you expect?
Do you know what? I actually want to call out Kimbo a little bit there. He didn't really have to jump out of those windows. He could have kept map control for his team with that sniper rifle. He kind of gave it away. Yes, he hit some shots, but they were shots that he could have hit from a safe position on the map. Respectful does still have the rockets, however, and he's pushing aggressively onto Flux in the window, and that is a killing spree here for Respectful. 19-8, but I always say in Coliseum, sometimes the score does seem to get out of hand, but if you can get a set of power weapons in your hand, you can make these comebacks.
Not only is it a killing spree for Respectful, but oh my lord, a perfect double as well. It was a killing spree of key kills. He actually took Snaky down with a nade, who had the rockets, so that's a rocket taken out of the hands of the Beavers. Picked up the rockets, took down Flux, who had snipe, so that's a sniper taken out of the hands of the Beavers. He's not only getting kills, he's preventing kills for the other team as well with those plays. So really, really key kills there from Respectful, and look at this score now, 25-9.
Yeah, when I said it wasn't, you know, getting too out of hand,
yeah.
Now it's getting out of hand. It's 25-10. It's a 15 kill difference already. Ramirez going to be another kill going down to them. It looks like Infused are angry right now, and especially Respectful. All I can see in this kill feed at the moment is Respectful. The guy is going off 28-11, and Jimbo still has 2 rockets to work with.
Yeah, and Kimbo with snipe too. We'll see if Kimbo actually makes the same mistake as before. He has 5 bullets in this, another sniper coming up. The question for Infused right now is, first of all, if they win this fight, what a shot from Kimbo. Do they take 2 snipes, or do they let Kimbo stack this snipe? Right now, it's actually Kimbo backing away from this, so... Oh, he's just... he's hitting every single shot, man. I mean, watch him miss one right now after I say that, but virtually every shot. See, he missed one. I told you I shouldn't have said that.
If it was any other normal person, normally they would go back with a snipe and wait for their teammates to respawn and give them an opportunity to actually push snipe again. But no, of course not. Kimbo's obviously going to run into like 4 of them and try to take them all on at once. That is the Kimbo kind of thing to do. I know what this guy's like. He literally doesn't miss at all. And every 1v1 fight you actually play against him, he's absolute pain in the backside. But at this day and age, with a 20 kill deficit, they need to get Kimbo away from the snipe. There's 4 people around him at one point and no one did anything about it. I just don't understand.
I have no idea how he managed to stay alive, and also he didn't hit that many shots in that. I mean, I'm going to call him out. There was a lot of missed shots with that sniper. I feel like the Beavers are kind of now might have given up the ghost a little bit in this one. Look at the score, 37-15.
It was as soon as I said he's not missing, he started missing.
Oh, of course.
So it's the commentator's curse. You know there's someone in Twitch chat like, he said it's not missing, but he just missed that one. Well, guess what? He started hitting shots again, so you can shut up.
Grumpy Harry is back.
Yeah, the
Oh, Kimbo!
caffeine is wearing off.
There it is.
Certainly not for Kimbo.
Oh, now he's hitting another one.
He might not be
that as
hitting
well.
everyone, but he's hitting the big ones, all right?
Does he? Has he got the stream open? Like as soon as we start saying it's missing, yeah, whatever, guys. You know, just hit these.
This
headshots,
is a
no
mammoth
problem.
score, by the way.
42 to 18. I can do what I want.
Like this is a demolishing game 5 after losing the last one, which you probably shouldn't have. I mean, Eden Slayer, it was 50 to 48 after a sick comeback from the Beavers. They go on to win the next one. Is it just me, or did this team just lose a Plaza Strongholds a couple of games ago, 100 to 11? And now they're winning this one 44 to 20. I mean, what do you say?
This is where map pigs actually mean something. Like, I'm sorry, but 100 to 11 on Plaza Strongholds, and then all of a sudden,
Frenzy!
Kimbo with a frenzy now, finishing up, getting a nice steak, medium rare going on to at the moment. With 3 kills left, it's like, how can you come back from this? The question is, well, the answer is you can't.
Pretty, you know, nailed it on the head there, to be honest. Oh, Kimbo! Another shot here. Hitting Flux, narrowly misses Ramirez, looks for the second no-scope. He is finally taken down. He will have his spree ended, but the frenzy will be enough to essentially finish this game off for the guys on Team Infused. Just 1 kill away.
I'm back.
However, just the 24 kills here for the Beavers to make a comeback. But no, Kimbo, who else? Gonna finish this one off 50 to 26. Team Infused once again take the lead in Beaver Bowl number 2.
Do the Beavers just like leaving Slayers so late to the fact that they want to try and come back so that it's like a challenge for them? Respectful, by the way.
Oh my god.
23 and 7.
Jimbo.
A lot of those were key kills. Mose and Jimbo between them.
They were on holiday, man. I'm
had
sorry,
11
they didn't
kills.
have to do anything.
I mean,
they had their feet up on the
that's
desk.
just like the easiest game for these two. They just got carried hard. I mean, we say that though, but they had a lot of assists as well. But 23 to 7, 16 to 3. That's outrageous. You can't be doing that in a grand finals. Oh, well, I mean, you can if you want to win, but like, it's mean on the other team. Like, they have families. You can't do that.
It just makes no sense. Like, when you've got 4 people at snipe, you should be taking both open sides and at least forking it in a way where you give them some kind of trouble. But they like just staying on one side and giving them even more of a disadvantage, knowing they've got snipe and rockets. And the fact that the changing point in that game is when Kimbo actually pushed in around the red side and killed Snipe Jam when he had rockets. That's when I knew then I thought to myself, this could be like a possible steak dinner.
Yeah, and then it was.
It was one of those situations as well. Like, I'm watching them go down by 4 kills at the start. They know they're not going to have rocket control. They know they're not going to have snipe control. Why are they trying to push then into the highest, most powerful point of the map without any map control? You need to try and play the elbows. You need to wait for picks. You have to wait for that carbine to come up. Try and get some long-distance shots on before formulating a push, because otherwise, before you know it, it's just going to get out of hand. But this was pretty much just the Kimbo show, as we can see on some of these replays, and he did close the game out, of course, with that final kill as well. But I mean, the frenzy from Kimbo, it was a show from him, wasn't it?
It was. I feel sorry for Bran, because he had a lot of kills, and we could have stayed on his POV and literally just watched kill after kill after kill after kill. But while Kimbo's got sniped doing that kind of thing, I mean, you kind of have to forgive us for watching him. I mean, It was kind of like a show with an interval, though, wasn't it? It was like it was like the first part. Then there was a bit that we kind of just forget about. Yeah.
But then it finished strongly, which is exactly what we wanted.
Yeah, the reviews will be mostly positive in tomorrow's papers. But stop laughing. Stop.
But you're a very funny man.
I know, I get it a lot from Twitch chat. The problem is we could literally just sit on Respectful's POV and watch kill after kill, but then we see that highlight reel and it's Kimbo like snipe, 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 boom me dead, boom me dead, boom me dead, and it's like, what do we do? Do we watch Bran get 23 kills, or do we watch Kimbo get a killing frenzy? It's like, I mean, we're spoiled for choice.
We've only got one POV.
It's a good problem to have, but I do feel sorry because the kills that we saw from Respectful, very key. I mean, he took down Snakey when he had rockets, took the rockets away, killed Flux when he had snipe, took the snipe away, and then went on to get a killing spree after that. And that really kind of pushed the pace and set the standard going forward for Team Infused to win the game. And now they are 1 game away from forcing a second best of 7.
I think it comes from entertainment as well. Of course, you're not going to not watch the snipe guy. I'd watch Bran in terms of like how he actually flanks to get those 23 kills. But like, obviously, if I'm watching back at home, of course I want to watch Kimbo no scope get a killing frenzy and not move from snipe tower, even though he's on his own the whole time. It's crazy.
The way I see it, it's the different. You know, you watch Brandon if you're a purist. Whereas if you're just here for the entertainment, you're watching Kimbo. And we like to entertain here on the desk here at the Gfinity Arena. I don't know what this kind of like
we cater
subtle,
to casuals,
like new voice that I've developed is as well. It's kind of like
very, very nice.
Welcome to the next game of Halo.
It's very Jeremy
Very
Kyle.
posh.
Jeremy Kyle.
Graham. Where's Graham?
I don't know. We're gonna have to bring. Have you had that much of a breakdown that we need to bring him out? All of the North American people who are watching at the moment.
No,
apologies for what can only be described as a niche reference.
It's like Jerry Springer, but a lot more trailer trash. That's all you need to know.
Anyway, we are looking at potential second best of 7 here as Team Infused take Coliseum Slayer in a dominating fashion, 50-26. But next up, gentlemen, the Rig Strongholds. So far, we've seen Plaza Strongholds going in the hands of the Beavers. Are they going to answer back?
It's an Infused game type this, isn't
Yes.
it? I think we both spoke about in the past how dominating they are, and they have to make some serious changes for Invictus if they want to have any chance in this at all. The way they suffocate you at Carbon and Bunker when they actually switch spawns and stuff, it's absolutely next to nothing. It's ridiculous.
If Infused win this game, obviously they win this best of 7, but if they lose it, I think they lose this best of 7, because game 7, don't forget, is Truth Slayer, and they've lost it 3 times on the trot now, I do believe, to this team. But Strongholds on the Rig, definitely an Infused game type. It's one of those game types where if you get camo and you get rail, you can get away with slaying, especially if you have the scatter shot as well, and not focusing overly on Strongholds. If you get those slays, you focus on those slays first, you can really get away with some sloppy objective play. So watch out for Infused to do that, and that's why I think they're so good at this game type. When they get total control, all they have to worry about is getting those slays.
And another thing that is scary is that you have a hot Kimbo as well. We've seen how he can control the map for his team, just holding down those power positions. Snipe Drone going to get the railgun though early on, so that's going to be good for them, but Mose is going to answer back. He's going to have the scatter shot, and he's trying to find Snipe Drone here. Drops a grenade, but Snipe Drone does manage to get away with that power weapon. That's something he does so well, not only getting those power weapons, but staying alive as he's killed immediately by Respectful. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. No worries. That's fine. That's fine. You know, we're talking about you just controlling that power weapon, then you go and die straight away, make us sound stupid. That's fine. Don't worry about it. We're over it. We don't care. We're not going on your POV for the rest of the game, by the way. Snaky did pick up the railgun that Snipe Drone dropped. So that's a good form of power weapon retention, and so far Infused, they're doing a good job of, you know, just controlling those two strongholds as Flux tries to be sneaky, but Moses having absolutely none of it. But this is something that Infused do so well. When they see you going for the stronghold that they want to get, they just go for the stronghold that you have. Mose there with a very nice scatter shot kill, and he's posted up in Bunker right here with this scatter. This should be an easy kill here on Snipe Drone, especially considering he has help here as well. And now look, they still have no pressure on the basement due to the Beavers, and it's going to be easy now for Infused to rotate around.
Well, with the Beavers as well, I thought to myself after last week's series, especially on the Rig Strongholds, they did the worst by an absolute mile against Infused on this game type. And if it was me and if it was my team, I'd say, right, we got absolutely demolished and battered on this game type. Let's go over and see what's actually, you know, what mistakes we actually made and how we can improve on it. But so far, it looks like we're seeing a replica of what we saw last week. The fact that Rig Strongholds, Infused are basically suffocating them to hell, and it's like, what more can you do to actually stop them from doing this? It's the pressure, it's ridiculous.
Go on board with Flux then. He's going to work with his teammate Snaky here to finally get some control and some points on the board here for his team. Mo's going to be challenging him aggressively. Flux is going to be taken down, and when Mo's is starting to heat up and win those 1v1s, we've seen Flux winning for the majority of this series. It's a slightly scary situation for them. They do get control back here, Infused, but immediately switch back. It's going to be Ramirez with that scatter shot. Does take down Respectful, who's trying to make a play on that basement stronghold player. It's going to be sneaking up on him. It's Mo's coming off the respawn, trying to take down Ramirez once again. Decides to smartly throw that off the map. However, Kimbo has the other power weapon in his hand, and that is going to be the railgun. Yeah,
this is still control in favor of Infused. If they grab the BR base, which they should, as they have bodies in there. Even if they don't, Kimbo has this camo rail, and now look, they can push on the one stronghold that the Beavers have, and it's now Flux and Snaky trying to come off the respawn, but again, that suffocating pressure on the respawn. Mo's killing both those spawners, and now look how far away those red outlines are from the nest, which is being captured by Kimbo. And now he can just rotate again over to E or over to White Corner and help his teammates out in the basement. They play this so well, even if they lose this stronghold, they can get the slays afterwards like they're doing right here and then just retake this. This is just so well played from Infused. This is probably their best game type, in all honesty, alongside Empire Strongholds.
All they have to do is finish off this kill here on Flux, but it looks like they're just going to jump in, get this cap. It looks like Ramirez has rotated out, however, towards that nest, and he's actually going to capture that nest, so doing a good job there, and it's actually somehow here the Beavers have managed to get control of the map. Not quite sure how that happened, considering the amount of map control and power weapon control that the guys from Infused have. So, I mean, what went wrong there, gents?
Not really too sure, honestly. I think it was Ramirez who was sneaking out and taking a nest. I think it was just a misrotation from Infused. I think they wanted to try and capture the BR base, which they've only just done. And now it looks like the Beavers are doing to them what they were doing to the Beavers earlier on. Well, look at this jump, by the way. Oh, it doesn't quite nail it. See, I hit that jump 10 times out of 10 on my stream, but looks like Jimbo at the moment not really having the best of times, and this could actually be a total control triple cap, which it is for the Beavers. So now Infused, they're on the receiving end. Let's see how they break out of the suffocating pressure.
I think it was actually Batchford who thought like it was quite a difficult jump until you proved him wrong after that. But yeah, it's just the same thing happening again. The only difference is the fact that the Beavers are kind of prolonging their deaths in a way where they actually like make it last a few extra seconds to actually survive and move on. But now there's 3 dead for Infused. This is an opportunity to make a comeback, and for them to beat them in this game time, you're absolutely right saying before, if they, you know, Infused need to win this game in order to take it to a best of 7. If not, it's going to be a very scary HCS for them.
Wow.
And the reset does come in as well. Oh my word, Flux is shooting fish in a barrel. There's another player down at the bottom of the rail, but look at this. Great prioritization coming out from Flux. Picks up that camouflage to go hand in hand with this railgun, and right now, if he hits these shots, this could be a dangerous position. Look how this game has changed once again, ladies and gentlemen. 62 to 49, double kill for Flux. This game is getting spicy right now, gents.
They need to break out and get BR base very soon, otherwise this game could spiral out of hand. They obviously want the first kill, which is what Jimbo just acquired, but 2 kills again in a row, another reset. The question is, where are they spawning now? If they spawn quickly on basement, they can grab that, but I think this game's over. I honestly think this game's over right now. Look at this total control. Infused don't know how to break out of this. They've gone into the basement, and now it looks like the Beavers might just play retake on this. I'm not sure if Sniper needs to drop for this. It's interesting he's contesting. Will they win this fight? The key needs to stay alive and they get the reset. Oh my lord. Respectful's last alive.
I have to call them out there.
That's game.
That is game, but I have to call them out. Every single player jumped in that stronghold. You don't need to do that. They have 2 players in there, but someone has to get an angle for those players who are going to be flying in. A killing frenzy coming out of Flux. This man is turning up in this game.
Wow.
This is going to be the game going into the hands of the Beavers. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going back to the Beavers home. We're going back to Truth Team Slayer.
The Beaver Ball. Game 5, Game 7. This series never doesn't go the distance.
We said before this game, oh, if it's easily got this, like without a doubt, we're laughing about it. But clearly, they've gone back into theatre. They've watched exactly how Infused beat them. They've actually copied a lot of the little things I've noticed, how they suffocate their opponents in the bunker and the carbine. What great plays by them. And then what a surprise, another Truth TS to be settled.
Flux, by the way, was 2 and 9 before that final 11 kill spree. So him turning his individual fortunes around really helped his team win that game, but wow, that was impressive.
It was impressive, but we also have to highlight it was the mistake from Infused that let the Beavers back into that game. They had total control, they had all the weapons, and they just made such a bad play where they just somehow allowed 2 of those strongholds to just disappear.
I mean, the game was like 49 to 2. I'm pretty sure it was something like that. I mean, we see it, look, right here. I mean, 31 to 13. This is still a big lead. 42 to 14. It just keeps getting bigger as well. 49 was the final point total they got. And look, they never looked back. They won the game from here. This total control, it was just perfectly played. How many times have we seen Infused do this to other teams? And now it's happening to them, and they just didn't know how to break out of it, which was very concerning for them. And now we go to a Game 7.
What else do we expect?
The
Game
Beaver
7. Tweet the stream, ladies and gentlemen. Get loads of eyes in here. The Beaver Bowl is delivering once again. We've got a Game 7. Is it going to be a Reek Beaver taking their second back-to-back cup, or Team Infused going to force a second best of 7? Anyone got a coin?
I might do, actually. Do you want me to get one? Oh, no, my wallet's in the green room.
Hold up.
So it's mine, sadly.
Hold up. Just feel for a bit, Jen.
Okay, all right.
For a minute.
I think the things over with Flux as well is the fact that he's obviously seen how Kimbo Respectful controlled Whitehall and all that area. So I think as soon as he saw that happen to him, when he had camo, he was going back to the Carbine Bridge, trying to finish off whoever's flanked to basement, and he would come back and do the exact same, but on head glitch. So it's great to see he actually watched the game back and make such a huge change between then and like the following week.
Well, I mean, if you aren't aware already, I've said it before, but if Infused win this one, we're going to another best of 7. True TS, though, gentlemen. It's the Beavers Dam. It's where they live. Beavers don't live in dams, they make dams. However, this is the series so far.
Where do Beavers live? on Truth.
Romford. Infused taking game number 1. Infused taking game number 2. Game number 3 and 4, the Beavers struck back. Infused took the next game in dominating fashion. And then the Beavers arsed back once again, 100-49. And now we're going once again to Truth Sayer. I found myself a coin. Actually, of all the coins, found an American cent.
Well.
Heads or tails, gentlemen? Heads is Beavers.
Heads is Beavers.
Beavers are taking it.
Oh.
You can't argue with luck.
There we go.
Can't argue with
the
luck.
coin has spoken.
All right, let's talk about this one on a slightly more serious matter, because this is ridiculous, Halo. The game is getting underway. Gentlemen, who is your money on? I'm putting you on the spot right now. Who is your 1 cent on? Still don't know what that's in my wallet.
1 cent. The psychological advantage almost definitely going to be in the Beavers' favor. I mean, they have everything going their way. They've won the last game after a game that Infused really should have won to put this series to bed. They won a Game 5 earlier on in this tournament on this exact game type. They won a Game 7 in the exact same series last time round. So on the same game type, I just can't bet against the Beavers. If Infused win this one, props to them for forcing this Game 7. But I'm Team Beaver, baby. Let's go.
I'm the same.
The Beavers then, we've seen it happen before on True TS. Can they close it out once again? True Team Slayer, first to 50 kills. The camouflage going to be vital. It's going to be Jimbo who's starting this one off, and he was the player last time we were at the Beaver Bowl that had a pretty disappointing game number 5, but a strong start from him, and it's going to be the camo early on going into the hands of Infused.
Yeah, but we've seen in the past them not really work out with the camouflage. Jimbo there again pushing a little bit too overzealously. I think it's Mo's with this camouflage right now. He needs to start flanking, and we saw on Truth Capture the Flag earlier on in this series, he made the play to win the game. I honestly would like to see him be a bit more aggressive and flank-orientated. Fair enough, he's gaining all this information by those 2 players at Carbine at the moment, but he's not really doing much with this camouflage right here. This timer is ticking down, and he's gotten basically no kills with this.
I think you basically hit the nail on the head on that point, because right now, all 4 of them around Carbine side, and they're waiting for the camo guy to make some kind of move, but at least saw Flux with camo, who would push in, but at least would push in aggressive enough to actually make a play and help his teammates push up. But Mose is doing it when camo's run out.
To be fair, you have to give credit to a Beaver, but you have to say maybe Mo should have moved slightly quicker and made more of an impression on this map. Look, there's going to be 3 players in front of him. He's only going to trade 1. So the camo only being effective for 1 kill. They do have a 2-kill lead. Sorry, as we hop over to Snipe Drone, this man was working so well with Flux in that last game as they dominated Infused with a huge comeback. Mo's going to be up in the Piatic. Grenade does go in. Snipe Drone going to be trying to hunt this player down. Knows he's there, but once again, not overcommitting for this kill. Going to find Respectful. Here comes Moses' buddy to help him out, and it's going to be Respectful who does actually get that kill traded out, but Ramirez picks up a double. He's looking for a triple under the base as well. It's going to be Kimbo versus Ramirez. Flux is going to drop down to help him out. Does get the kill. Flux doing a great job, but 2 players from Infused once again converging on these kills.
Yeah, Ramirez doing a good job, almost getting out alive right there, but something I'm seeing is the Beavers work much better in tandem than Infused do. It seems like Infused, they're never working in pairs, whereas the Beavers, they're never too far apart from each other. Kimbo there, top middle by himself, taking a one-on-one. Fair enough, if it's given to him, he should be taking that, and I'm absolutely fine with him doing that, but the thing is, like, again, I mean, it's a one-on-one fight that Kimbo's taking right there. Obviously, the player's already weak, but I still worry about this Beaver team. I mean, this Infused team, they're not working together very well. Again, Kimbo off by himself. We've seen him in the past. He's been singled out by doing this. Whether or not this is something that Infused wants him to do, but he has no backup right here. And look, he's been singled out again, and Snakey can get away with that scot-free. So that's something, if I'm Infused, I'm worried about going forwards, because now it's just a 3-point lead.
Second camo of the game going into Moses' hands, though. He's looking for the back smack on Flux here. Is he going to be able to find it? Flux, oh no, he misses the stick. Does manage to get the kill. That could have been a hairy moment from the man from Malta, but he does manage to convert on that kill. Looking for the stick bottom mid through the hoop. Does pick up the beatdown on Ramirez, however, looking for the kill here, and now he seems to have learned from the mistakes of the last time. He's making the plays. Look at this, he's already picked up 2 kills. Now pushing aggressively on this player. Another player going to be Carl1. Doesn't get the trade, but he has done so much more damage and created so many more opportunities for his team just by pushing across and not letting the guys from the Beavers team settle on the map.
Yeah, much better that time around. The first time he had the Beavers exactly where he wanted them, trapped at Carbine. That's where you want to make the majority of your slays happen, when you have a team trapped over at that tower, because you're so exposed and you don't have a base to fall back to. That time he pushed the pace a lot faster than he did the first time, and now look, they're up by 7. If I'm the Beavers right now, I'm certainly not trying to stay at Carbine any longer than I have to. I'm trying to push the pink tower like Snakey is right here, but Kimbo with those shots, shooting his old teammate's body. I'm sure he let him know about that one, and now look, this score is escalating. Kimbo really backing his individual skill right here, but again, why is he challenging by himself right there? Where's the teamwork coming in from Infused?
Now the problem is the fact that like Infused have had 2 camos, but the thing is I think the lead should have been a lot bigger. Like at one point I saw Infused with that nice passive aggressive balance of when they should actually push in as a group. But yeah, you're seeing Kimbo going off on his own. I can understand he's trying to make plays to actually try and push ahead, but you know, it's a good example now, and you can see that Snakey and I think that's Rami at the P3, you know, even though there is 3 on pink side, they're in a great spot, but now Snakey's got to try and get away now, wait for his team to respawn.
You have to say that Kimbo, if he doesn't win that one-on-one in pink 2 there, he puts his team in a terrible position. Luckily, the individual skill, he managed to get that one, allowing his teammates to push up to him, but that could have gone one or two ways. That was a very, very risky play, but it did pay off in the end. A 5-kill game at the moment. It could be a 20-kill game at this point, and I would still back either of these teams to win it at the end. It's been such a tight series. Flux here, working with his teammate once again in pink 2. Snakey picks up a kill here on Mose. And look at the teamwork in comparison. We see here in front of Flux, Snakey being called out, manages to put some shots down. Unfortunately, he is going to be taken down, but you can see Flux, his first instinct here is to look for his teammates and try and help them out.
Yeah, this is the point of the game though. Oh, Flux, no, can't quite get the backsmack off. Will still make the kill happen. Could make it 2 in a row right here with the kill on Respectful. 1 bullet away, that's all he needs. He needs to reload 1 bullet, there it is.
He does get the trade.
There you go, 2 for 1. That's a good result there from Flux, but this is the area of the game. The first 2 times we saw these 2 teams play this game type, this was where it started to slip away from Infused. And I mean, it was fairly close up till this point before in the last 2 meetings, but this is where they kind of lose focus and take individual fights and start losing them. Trades coming in for now though, but that's something they need to look out for going forwards.
I think with this game type, aggressive patience, it sounds weird saying that, but that's what you need. You need to be patient, but you need to be kind of pushing suffocate at the same time. But the problem is the fact that with Infused, they do that to a, well, you could say to a degree, but at some stage they can become impatient and start getting annoyed that the score is still close. But you have to take that in consideration. It's always going to be close, and you could be the one going ahead with the kills. But it looks like now it's going to be even closer than I expected.
Ramirez, once again, in these big games, always has big performances. He's going to be taking on Kimbo, who we've already seen has won some big 1v1s for his squad. Mo's going to be trading out kills. It looks like both these teams so back and forth. We have to say right now that Infused have eked out a kill lead, which could be so vital. Respectful picking up another kill there on Rares. That camouflage has just popped as well, and you feel like the Beavers have to get this in their hands if they want to get back in the game. But with a killing spree and a camouflage going into the hands of Mose, this could be a GG, and this could be a second best of 7, gentlemen.
I think we're going to a second best of 7 right here, honestly. 10 points to go. Infused have played this so well. There was a moment where we saw Flux push out with his teammate. The call was obviously from Ramirez, who actually spawned behind the enemy team. He said, hey guys, push Carbine. I'll shoot them in the back and then you guys clean them up. They pushed a little bit too early and then they just got collapsed on while the 2 players were pushing out of the base to Carbine. So with those 2, make it 3 kills actually, as Ramirez went down as well in that particular period of play. That really just gave Infused the lead that they're seeing right now. And Kimbo and Mose, by the way, have been playing so well this game.
I would love to watch this game back and actually see what is going on with this camo situation, because I've seen Mose, the exact same player, 3 times with camo. I don't know what happened to the 4th one in between the game. I don't know if it got burnt or maybe they did get, well, it did get picked up. But what I don't understand is the fact that who is timing on the fix?
I don't think it matters right now, because it's going to be game over. It's going to be Infused who win the series and force a second best of 7. I mean, the Beavers are going to be disappointed. They won 2 true TSs in the last 2 series these 2 teams have played to win the series overall, but it is Team Infused who answer back. And once again, we talked about Kimbo and Mose having strong games, but it's Brandon Stones at the top of the leaderboard. Respectful, 14, 10, and 9 across the board. Solid performances. Jimbo with a huge 14 assists.
Yeah, Flux had a great series up until now. 5 and 13, that certainly is not good enough. And yeah, second best of 7 we go to Kimbo, by the way, who we were calling out for pushing off by himself and taking those individual fights, least deaths in the game. So, I mean, the times he was dying, he was getting found out by himself, but most of the time he was going off by himself, his team were working around him, and he was winning those individual fights, like we saw on P2, and when Ramirez was up on P3, we were on Snakey's POV at top Carbine. Kimbo was pushing up the street and won a key 1v1 versus Snipe Drone in P2, even with the player above him, even with the player on top Carbine looking at him as well. He still wins that fight, and those are the types of plays that really won them that game. So fair enough to Kimbo. I mean, he's proven us wrong.
When you've got that confidence as well, just knowing that you could outshot any person who comes in your way, what you remember is the fact that he's not just trying to go for those 1v1 fights, he is actually trying to create those plays. But I think maybe it's either two things. Either he's pushing out too far and creating a play which isn't possible to actually counteract, or maybe it's got to a point where he's pushed enough, but his teammates aren't pushing quick enough to actually help him out in those kind of situations.
So we are going to go into a second best of 7, ladies and gentlemen. The bracket will be reset. We go again. Beaver Bowl, part 3, coming your way. This is some replays of the last game, of course.
Return of the Beaver.
But this is going to be replays. This is exactly what we saw from Kimbo pretty much the entire game. Wasn't missing too many shots. Definitely made plays for his team. We called him out a little bit, but he made it work for his squad. There was a huge double kill there from Flux as well, taking down Respectful. But it wasn't enough as Team Infused did manage to close this one out. We head into a second best of 7, gentlemen. Obviously, the momentum right now has got to be with Team Infused. I'm going to ask the question, even though I know the answer. Can the Beavers bounce back? Do we have bouncy Beavers?
Love the alliteration. It's nice. I like that.
I don't see why not, because I feel like if I actually had a 3rd and 4th camo in that last game, it would have been an exact replica of what we've seen in the last game 5 and the last game 7. But depending on the game types and the maps we're going to see at the moment, it wouldn't surprise me if it did go all the way or close enough again. So,
all right, well, what we're going to do is we're going to have a very, very quick break. Just enough time for you to go and get a cup of tea on, get a snack, whatever you drink in America.
Buy a Beaver.
Buy a Beaver. Get on Amazon, you know, just do what you want. You've got 3 minutes. Anyway, we're going to be back. The grand final is still going. It's the second best of 7. When we get back, it's going to be Infused